Hello and welcome to the grand finals of the massive boss tournament to find who is the best boss player. If you've been keeping up with the recent episodes, you might know already that I'm not in it anymore officially. Got knocked out in the quarterfinals, the semis was a boring timed round, so you didn't see that, but now we're down to the final two, Felicia versus Jandolf. And I know a lot of you enjoyed the boss tournament content, so how about just one more run, even if unofficial, because this is a really good round. This one has required the most testing and experimentation by far to create a good balance of difficulty, knowledge application, and fun. And also, the first round that uses modifiers with the help of mods. The rules, Elite Dread Bloon, Polyphemus, Timed. Modifiers, there's a lot of stuff, so I'll just let you look at it. The most important thing being the, yes, 1000% balloon speed, 2.5x boss health, and a bunch of extra starting lives and cash. Restrictions, this time for the entire game. 1 second of penalty is ignored, no shove, no jungler's bounty, no IMF loan, and for paragons, you can only use 1 paragon for each boss kill tier once, total. No Quincy, no Silas, and that's it. I can't show the first round because of Time Machine, but basically what I did for the first round is I bought Geraldo so that I could drop his NFT down, and then sell Geraldo to rush a farm for the first round. Now, our free Dart Monkey. So as you heard, the only reason we can have these extreme restrictions for the final round in the first place is if both players agree to use mods. So that is what I am also doing to replicate, all these stats and modifiers. I will also tell you that because I'm not in the tournament, I don't think it's reasonable to expect me to spend as much time as the actual people in the final round of this tournament, because let me tell you, they are going to probably take 80 plus hours, because it is the finals after all. There is a cash prize in the end, so they'll probably dedicate a whole week and a half to make the best run possible. Not feasible for me, but let me tell you, I will still put a good solid 10 to 20 hours in this. Anyway, we used some of the buffer early game, lose 200 lives to agree 2-2-0 farms, but now it's time to get some real defense. So I'm going to remove the I for $0 and then get a sub. The Seeking attack is really helpful to try to catch those, 10x speed balloons, and if you ask me, I know the organizer said that the final round they wanted to make it fun as well, but I don't see anything fun really about 10x balloon speed. It just makes it more annoying than anything. Like, surely 500% would be reasonable, but at this speed, you were basically guaranteed to lose lives every single round, no matter what. So after several hours testing the early game, I came to the conclusion that adding a boomerang after a Dart Sub helps save some lives. And don't forget, too, that popping balloons gives you money, so there's good reason not to use up all your 1k early. Definitely want the income from these balloons rather than just leaking all of it. And also, I am allowing myself, because I'm not officially here, to use quality of life like farmers or tech bots, which the contestants are obviously not allowed to do. Same thing with mods like Time Machine. That's what I'm using just to make things easier and less help for myself. Round 15, the eye closes next round, so what I'm gonna do is sell the sub after the giant pink wave, because it's gonna cost $500 to remove that eye, and it's just not worth that money. So we're now gonna use that sold money to buy red out ranks, and then I also got a Desperado because it seemed to do well with the auto hit. Anyway, I saved that for a double gun that I'm gonna turn into a balloon trap after this round as the bank is full. And so now we can finally stop bleeding lives, because what balloon trap does is it puts a stop. Balloons cannot pass the balloon trap, no matter the speed, and because I sadly can't go for IMF loan, which I would have done if it was allowed, I'm just gonna go for a double bank strategy. One major issue is that there's still a time between dropping traps, so between that time, I still have to bleed a couple lives here and there. Nothing I can do about it. Round 31, best time to sell NFT, and sadly, because the banks aren't full yet, I want to wait patiently before getting my Monkey so I'm just going to triple discount and buy a Monkey Town in the meantime, like that. It takes all the way until the end of round 35 for me to cash out from both banks, but when I do, I'll get a nice fat almost 20-30k to work with. And so it's time to pull out some pretty unconventional farming methods, because I still have a whopping 30k after getting Monkey and for that, I'm going to use a more space-efficient central market, and then just spam a bunch of marketplaces around for the next couple rounds before selling it on round 40. Oh, and also, a second trap is good so that I can stop the bleeding. Having 2 traps means one can be inactive for a little bit, and that's no problem. Note with how fast the balloon speed is, it wasn't worth going for Rubber to Gold or Let's Gold even. So, skip that option. But now, round 38, remove this so that we can at least get a flavor trades to make some more sellback. I think it's worth. And now I welcome you to Tier 1, where we have a lot of money to work with. 78k. And this is what I settled with for a Tier 1 defense. Surprisingly, it's actually going to be very similar to a tournament week that already happened when there was also Elite Dread Bloon, but on a different map. The top times all use the following for Tier 1, and surprisingly, I believe it works here. Solver, Final Harmonic for Primary Layer, and then get this, a Plasma Monkey fan club. The money is going to be really tight, but I can afford 20 0-1s around this village here, I think. Execution is very difficult, so warning, there's going to be a lot of pausing. Spawn Tier 1, and wait. Check out how good Solver Harmonic is. It chunks a lot. And after it hits said skull, sell both. This. Sell Fan Club to buy Brittle and Embrittlement. Now, hopefully, the rock balloons don't kill us. But it seems like we lack the DPS, so never mind. That doesn't work, and it doesn't work because of the 2.5x HP. Dread Bloon Tier 1 has effectively over 100k HP. I'll see you when I get it. And to get it took a lot longer than I expected because I didn't have enough money on round 40 initially. I need more money, so I went back to gain an extra several thousand so that I could pre-buy a bunch of 020 and 030 darts. This is because it scales with the attack speed of the fan club, so doing more damage that way means it won't time out. Hopefully I don't lose to rock. So check this out here. On top of doing the same old usual, getting Embrittlement and then Tier Brittle, I use the remaining 6k to just spam. Spam to upgrade the triple shot wherever I can, just to squeeze in a little bit more DPS. And in 20 seconds, we do take down Dread Bloon. In fact, I actually had some leeway to spare. Fan Club was still active for like 4 seconds afterwards, so maybe I didn't need the triple shot, but I didn't want to risk my chance of having to redo that, build the whole setup again, so it is what it is. And quickly sell some of those darts so that we can use the trap to defend around 41. I still don't think a Rubber to Gold or Glue is even worth it, so we're just tripling down with a third trap to not leak to this crap here. And because I have to waste so much money for a trap defense, this does delay my BRF until around freaking 45. Not even sure if rushing BRF is even worth it, because remember, with 50% cooldown speed, it might be better just to use time-based abilities, like, say, Downdraft into Support Chinook, so not only can it blow stuff back, buy us more leeway before stuff starts leaking through. The Chinook ability also makes money, and Chinook isn't that efficient, but if we are able to save from Marine, then it's 1000% worth it. A 2x cooldown Marine is definitely up there in terms of, like, cash efficiency. Don't forget too, Overclock is good because normally you can only use one Overclock on one BRF, but we can now make even just the BRF strategy more efficient because I can do one Overclock for 2 BRFs. And that's how I'm gonna make up for having to waste a lot of money on defense. So it's somewhere in the middle of this round, I think I can finally go for Banana Central. I'll wait one more wave, like that. Sell all 4. Sell 2 of these. Boom. Back to overclocking. For the record, the mob speed modifier is still 200%, but you wouldn't think that given its speed relative to the 1000 speed balloons. They feel so easy in comparison, don't they? I made sure to prep a lot of abilities in advance for Tier 2. Homeland, Rocket Storm, Desperado, Glue Strike, Overclock. And yeah, we now have a farm setup worth 350k that we can turn from this into this. Once again, it's eerily similar to the other Elite Dread Bloon tournament week, but considering if I do use a Paragon I can't use it anymore, then, well, it's my only choice. Now, I can pre-charge a Homeland, sell it, get our fan club ready. I didn't pre-charge it ahead of time, but I'm thinking that the first skull will at least take a little bit of time. So, now, and yep, it's already back up. So what I'm gonna do now, hang on. Don't have much time to think here while I'm live, but sell this now. Oh wait, why did I sell the mat? I'm an idiot, I apologize, but put Chrome Mob on close here. Blue Strike now as well. And we should hopefully beat everything before the Super Monkey Fan Club times out. There we go. I messed that up a little bit on my first try because, one, I was supposed to sell this guy instead of the Mad so that it would still do damage for the ending. But we still have 3 whole tiers that we have to spend hours on completing, so let's just move on and take 44 seconds. And now we can transition from a boatloaded defense into a farming setup that looks like this. Yeah, it looks pretty barren, but bear with me here, because I had to spend a lot of money on a Banana Central. I also want to rush an Ultra Boost because 10 stacks with 2x cooldown is going to be really easy, and Marine. Marine can help defend rounds. I'm going to also use a Reju Potion, so I get 1 Ultra Boost stack immediately and can drop the Marine to defend round 61 easily. I'm going to get a Big Trap next, just so... Once again, I don't rely on Marine for this speed Bloons. That's kind of scary. Maybe not as scary as I thought, actually. Damn. Marine kind of goes hard in defending. Because I guess, yeah, remember, instead of what you can normally get 1.2 Marines, we can get 2.5 Marines. But you can make a TV show out of that. So with that said, I'm confident this defense can probably make me $2 million by round 80. Without having to be overly efficient, although there is a fairly limited amount of space left on this map for farm, so I don't know, we'll see. Great news, I can at least get a nice 15, or rather 11 farm Monkeypolis, so frees up space to max out my money per round just a little bit more. After I get every farm back, I guess I forgot that I could fill in the other corners here with an ice platform, and then place farms around them, but after that, I guess I can fill in the cracks with maybe something like sniper farming. It's not something I normally pull out, but it is very, very space efficient. Snipers have the smallest hitbox in the game. A Rejuve came back, so let's just use one for the, looks like 6 that I've got. 6 crates. But no more Rejuves after this, even if they restock, because I want to save them for tier 3 defense. I'm thinking again that I'll probably just go for non-Paragons at tier. Like, the way they restricted these Paragons really makes or incentivizes you to save all of them for tier 5, because that's where, if I'm doing the math, it's effectively 100 million HP Tread Balloon, like, which make the earlier tiers look like a cakewalk in comparison. We also, I think, made 140k last round, and I'm not even done yet. I assume we can breeze by the 200k per round barrier by the next 5 rounds. Lost in the sauce is that I also forgot that Trade Empire Army existed. What else am I going to use all this extra water space for? I don't think I'm going to clear land, though, to get 10 Central Markets. So it's just going to be there for extra income, and so I can get the sell back for any tower I sell around said radius here. While my goal is set at 2 million by tier 3, I bet Jandolf, or again, both the contestants, will be somewhere in like the $4 million range by this tier. Still, this money should be more than enough for tier 3, especially if I'm not going for a Paragon. So out of curiosity, how much actual value do I have this round? For the record, I do plan to get like half my setup right now, so I don't have to build all of it on on round 80. And also the fact that I want to charge off ability cooldowns. And very nice, we did pass my goal, 2.2 million. Despite what I said earlier, I think it's still worth it to do a Paragon for tier 3 and tier 4, because it's not like I'm going to get all 10 on last tier. I'll use the majority of them, so maybe I can expend one of the weaker Paragons, like, say, Boomerang, on this tier here, and I should be fine. I don't have enough money for that, actually, so instead, how about just a VTSG, and once again, the same thing I did for tier 3 last time, just this time without the Energy Paragon. This is half my setup for round 79, and this is, I think, the setup I'm going to take. Yes, I can probably sell a few more things to squeeze out a little bit more DPS, but overall, I think it is good enough. I think last time Spike Factor was banned, so we have Super Mines now. I'll use both Reju Potions after Homeland times out, or Fan Club or whatnot. But this is a 5 million HP at tier 3, so expect, I think, at least 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let go. Now, primary layer, like, I shouldn't use the primary abilities yet. That's a waste of time. I just changed the accessibility. Resume the game. And this is probably going to take more than 20 seconds, mostly because of the primary layer. If the Mad ability times out, I guess I'll use one Rejuve now, yeah. And then Ultra Boost this Super Mines here. Okay, and now, Homeland's back. Use the Plasma Monkey Fan Club. And I still have one Rejuve Potion. Once again, I'll be patient about using it. There is Military Gun. Magic is the fastest because I think I only have the Avatar Wrath here. Reuse this again. Did it time out yet? Still attacking. I'll refresh it now. And re-Ultra Boost this guy. And Blue Strike. Mad ability. And that took about a little over 30 seconds, I think. 35. I'm gonna hedge and bet and say the finalist probably took 10 seconds on that tier. And maybe that's a low estimate. In case you're wondering, by the way, 400k pops on the Sentry Champion. I forgot to even cross-path it for more damage, but yeah, on par with Tax Zone, and on par with the Street Mines of all things. Mad by far the best, that's not really surprising. Plasma Monkey Fan Club, honestly better because it's 20 of them. Now we'll keep the VTSG because it still gives 12k per round, and also, yes, I know that I didn't manipulate the Dark Avatar placement, so they didn't actually attack Dreadbloom that tier, but I will for tier 4 and above. Just in case you don't know, if you block the spots down here, you can leave an opening up there, so they spawn up there and then they can reach Dreadbloom. 400k should be enough money to fill up the rest of the map again. Big Monkeyopolis, buyback farms. Not quite a full map again, but very close. I also got level 20 so that I could do Paragon Totems early. Guess in the meantime, we can also Rejuve to get a bunch of extra money from all these crates here. Another issue is I do have to waste the Paragon Totems I already got on this temporary Paragon, so I should get it sooner rather than later. In my opinion, Boomerang is best because it gives a 10% attack speed buff to all primaries, and that's good for my Plasma Monkey Fan Club because it's been carrying all tiers so far. It'll probably do a very sizable damage on tier 4 as well. So we don't quite need that support on tier 5 when we have all the other big boy Paragons. The Boom Paragon itself won't be doing a lot of damage, so I'm perfectly fine with putting it, say, over here. And probably just degree 40 is what I want. Never mind, forget that. 40 is too hard. We'll just settle with 21. And great, now we can use our next 30 Paragon Totems on an actually good DPS Paragon for tier 5. Likely Ace, maybe Wizard. And yes, in case you missed it, I did get a Farmer Pro top path just for quality of life reasons. Let's take a look now at how much money we're getting per round here. 220k to start this. 346, so a little under 200k per round. Granted, that round was short, so I barely got any sniper abilities off. We damn near filled up every part on this map now, so I guess I'll see you on round 98, where I probably will take one round to build my T4 setup. So do I really have to explain? It's just tower spam, alright? So I just overclock everything that's not primary because I'm probably going to be there for a while, and then by the time the overclocks are up again, I'll use them on the primaries when they hit the military, or if it's too soon, then just Rejuve. Otherwise, Homeland now. You can tell there's a lot of crap on the screen when it takes 2 seconds to activate it. But here we go, the 20 million HP. I repeat, 20 million HP Dreadbloom. Starting at 1 minute 22. I gotta upgrade to Carpet Spikes here. And we're pretty much gonna have to bear with this lag for the duration of this tier here. I bet it's gonna be less laggy in tier 5. Probably not gonna rely on as many towers, rather just Paragons. Okay, also important, I gotta drop Rejuve or these totems in the middle of the round. But I don't have time to find a spot to place them in. Alright, there we go. Drop 2 down, just in time for another Homeland. And finally, Rock Shield is gone. Let's get ready. I got this up again. Mad ability. Let's try using our 12 overclocks now on the other primary tower. So, it's mostly just the Super Monkey Fan Clubs. It's so laggy, though, that it doesn't even... I don't even know if it's landing on the right tower, but okay. Now we can Glue Strike and use PMFC, slowly give overclock buffs. I also forgot to mention that, yes, this tier I did manipulate the mini sun avatars. They should be right over here. 300k damage, not bad. Since Plasma Monkey Fan Club is so good, I'll probably use a Rejuve just to refresh the ability on that if I need to. Because I don't think it's full uptime, is it? Actually, I do have Primary Expertise and Energizer, so I might not need any Rejuves at all. Genuinely. Now that Military layer is gone, the last two tiers should be a little bit better. Because we now have Cripple Moab and the Super Brittle, both giving debuffs. Pretty much where all the damage is coming from. Senshi Champion, I think, leading the way with one, yeah, more pops than the Mad. Not surprising. So I estimate it took about 4 minutes real time to get through 1 minute of in-game. So that said, yeah, it looks like tier 4 is gonna take 1 minute, which honestly I'm pretty happy with. Saving all of our real firepower for the very ending. Officially 219.3. Nice. I'm gonna sell the towers for farms now, but not all of it, because I want to keep the pops that I got this tier for the Paragons. Like, for example, Ninja Paragon already has a, if I can click on it, 700k pop head start, 1 million combined on all these guys. Same with Attack Zone. Same with, I guess, maybe a Dark Paragon with all this here. And a measly 100k from the Wizard, but considering how I placed everything, I think there's only spots for it, or there's only space for 3 more farms. I hope I just farmed enough. We're probably going to run into a money issue than anything else, so probably no cash lighter anywhere. I ended up getting Ace Paragon well in advance, like round 106 or so, just so I could save more Paragon totems for other Paragons, because all you need is minimum degree 60 on it. And so for Wizard with several extra totems, I'm able to eke out a degree 40. Degree 31 for NG only, but that's fine, because I'm using it for the Power Glove, and I think with Sub Paragon, I can get Power Glove active on 2 Paragons, so that's all good. Next up, all the vote income allowed me to get degree 48, no slider or totem. And then a degree 29 Spike Factory, kind of mid, but we're going quantity over quality, folks. End of round 118, Ninja Paragon, degree 40. Alright, finally ready to rock and roll. We can sell off the remaining farms now, so we have even more money to work with. Probably enough to afford Paragon number 7, maybe even number 8. Okay, maybe not an 8th Paragon. I'm actually pretty poor after getting sub here. Technically, degree 1 or 22 sub doesn't matter, because I'm just going to submerge it anyway, but perfect. It's under a cooldown reduction of Wizard and this guy. I blendered and I didn't put the ace in range of this, but it's fine. Small loss there. So this is what a 10-hour run will ultimately come down to. I'm hoping to finish tier 5 by under 5 minutes, but we'll see if that works out. I'm gonna use Power Glove on the Wizard first because Metamorphosis is stronger than just Ace, but I'll do Ace after. I also just added more tech bots for quality of life reasons, because there's like 12 abilities I have to keep active at all times, 6 of which I'll automate, 6 of which I think are better used manually. So, 5 minutes is the goal. The very first bit of damage will give us a good indicator of how much we need. So, wait for this to do damage, and then Metamorphosis. It's reaching, right? Yes, it definitely is. Wizard Paragon racking up pretty much 30,000 damage per frame, and I'm actually quite impressed right now about how much this is chunking out of a 100 million HP boss. Because I'm pretty sure where my cursor is right now is about 7 million damage. In just 5 seconds, we did, well, over 1 million DPS. Just like tier 4 though, it'll probably take like 8 minutes real time to progress to real time minutes. So buckle in, because this will probably take a while. We got Power Glove again. Put it on the Ace this time. Yep, I'm taking a very careful look at the clock, and we are surpassing 1 million HP per second. Now that Military is here, we can use Glue Storm, and I probably should tech bot that Glue Storm now. I just didn't do that earlier, because, well, it didn't work. Now, sadly, Wizard does not perform as well with, like, half cooldown, because you still need a lot of mana. Bruh, I used 2 overclocks, but it clicked on the Elite Sniper immediately. That's unlucky, because I was trying to use it on the attack shooter. Oh well. But this is not good, because even though the Metamorphosis is back up again, I don't have any mana. I still have to wait for the time for Wizard to recharge. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Miltier is actually the worst right now. But I guess it makes sense. It's like the Ace Paragon doing how much? Only 5 million. And we just now hit the 3-minute mark, so we're not even 1 minute elapsed here yet. And we're about to get halfway, so yep, I think sub 5 is going to be easy. Also, wait a minute, what am I doing? What am I doing? I should use Metamorphosis without waiting for it to be full, because remember, we're going to hit Magic anyway. So that's my bad. I should have probably activated it when I was at 50k mana. I just completely overlooked that, well, immunity phase. Whoopsie daisies, yeah. We only used up 15,000 mana there. Yikes. Now that's just all going to go to waste. Wish there was a way to maybe, like, end Metamorphosis now so I could recharge mana, but I gotta wait for the entire bar to deplete it. So yeah, another double whammy. On the bright side, Ace is back, but wait, I didn't center path it. Did I? Wait, hang on. Oh my god, don't tell me that I forgot to put on Wing Monkey the entire time and it was just being center path. I apologize if that was the case. Again, there's 5 billion things going on, so please forgive me. The moment the Ace starts flying over Dreadbloon, it does so much more damage. Go figure. Also, can you just end me right now? I power gloved the Avatar Wrath instead of the Wizard. Just great. And yep, the compound effect you can see here. I'm only at 50k mana starting the support skull. I think I won't wait for full here, just because support is probably the easier place. How much is Spike Factory at? 10 million damage. Let's use Power Glove on the right thing this time. It's this one here, right? Yes. Okay, good. Yep, use it at 70k. We can't afford to wait. And let's end this slideshow once and for all. I guess I'll sell, just for leg reasons, support towers, because they don't really add anything else to the mix. Granted, they're not really the ones causing lag. But might as well, though, while we can. Final 5 million. And forget sub 5. This is going to be a sub 4, which I'm more than happy to take for a non-official run. Once again, my crazy prediction for their final score is 2 to 3 minutes. But I would not be surprised if they beat that and, like, got sub 2, because that's just how good the top bossers are nowadays. You're probably curious about how much each Paragon helped in terms of the damage. And if I didn't mess up the Ace placement, I think it would have done the same damage, if not more, than the Wizard. Otherwise, 4.7 million here, 2.5, several 100,000 on these, 5 digits on these guys. And now fast forward to almost 2 weeks later, yes, where the results are finally in. This tournament got extended because of some issue with mods, but that's besides the point. Before we get to the winner, let me show you Jandalf's run, because he's, as of right now, he's the only one who actually has videos public. So let me run you through what his tier 1 was. He did pretty much very similar, except first strikes for the primary there, which is obviously a lot faster. He cooled off 3 of them in advance. And with a crap ton of Plasma Monkey fan clubs, there he is. That's like a 13-second tier 1. Tier 2, a Temple, Mad, a crap ton of Spike Storms, Plasma Monkey fan club. What else do I have to say, really? But oh my god, is that much faster than tier 1, that's for sure. 22 seconds approximately to end tier 2. I think it was 8 seconds for that tier. For reference, took me like 16, 17. Tier 3, things get interesting. I think it took him 10 seconds, and it doesn't look like he used any Paragon tier. Just raw damage. Filled in every single inch of the map with a tower. For the record, one of the finalists is on air saying that it took them over 200 hours for just a part of the run, by the way. Yeah, I'm dead serious. Jandalf uses a Spike Paragon and a Sub Paragon for this tier, it seems. I'm not sure why those two. Actually, it does make sense. The Spike Paragon, if you stall long enough, can take out a good chunk of tier 4. Whereas it's not very good DPS-wise for tier 5 because it has so much HP. Anyway, it also takes him just a little bit over 10 seconds for this tier. Finishing, it looks like, at about 45 seconds. I assume the sub-Paragon was also for the nuke, but I'm kind of surprised he used it this tier. Then he doesn't have CDR for tier 5. Anyway, here's tier 5, degree 60 ace, a lot of boats, a lot of fan clubs. And I think every Paragon, it's hard for me to tell. Mind you, what you're not seeing here is probably the hundreds of hours spent farming to be able to afford all this stuff. He's also even doing Plasmonkey Fan Club buy resell to get more damage in, my god. With a lot of pause menus, it seems, throughout. We'll skip forward, we're now into 1 minute, and then another pause screen. 123 at the final support layer. And he's still doing Plasmonkey Fan Club Micro with the Power Glove on the ace, it seems. And that's the end. Add in the animation time, degree 80 wizard, by the way. And that looks like a 133.25. Again, no public footage right now, but what did Felicia get? Yup, we have a winner. In the end, literally 2+ seconds separated the two finalists to make for a crazy finish. Now, there was some extra drama that I didn't quite reference here. Not drama, but more like real issues, but we're not going to get into that. Now that we officially made it to the end, I just want to say thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this boss tournament series. And note, this may not be the end either. There may be another boss tournament at some point next year. We'll have to see. For the time being, do check the playlist if you missed any of the several episodes in this run, because I'm sure you'd enjoy it if you missed it. Otherwise, subscribe so that you don't miss whatever tournament comes next.